Yeah, let's do it, bro.
All right.
Let's inspire some people, man.
Yep.
All right. Hey, yo, welcome back to On The Legacy, where we talk about health, wealth, and lifestyle. Today, I got a very special guest for you. This is my homeboy, Steven. I met him at the 24 Hour Fitness here in Houston. And, man, he put me to work. You know, I was learning how to box, and for some reason, we connected when I was there. And, you know, he trained me for a little bit, and here we are today. Steven, man, can you share who you are to the person watching this right now?
No problem, man. To all you guys out there, my name is Steven Martinez, of course. 23 as of right now, you know. And
young,
of
bro.
Course, right? Yeah, super
Nice.
young. Super young. And, you know, right now, for me, I'm you know, like I said, I trained him. After that, we built a bond because we were talking about, you know, future goals, what we are going to talk about later on.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, our past, you know, certain things that I could, you know, that changed from the Steven from back then to now, and, you know, just kind of go from there.
And who's Steven going to be in the future?
And then who's Steven going to be in the future, which hopefully you guys are inspired and excited to actually do the same thing or the same path that I chose to do.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't wait for this person to hear what you have to share, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I know we just met not too long ago, bro, but I feel like I've known you for such a long time now.
Yeah.
And this is the exact reason why I brought Steven here, is because when you start meeting people in life, right? This is something I like to share to people, bro, is life is like a mirror, right? What you project out into life is what you get back in return. So, for example, if you're a negative person, the people you're going to meet around you are going to be negative all the time, or mostly all the time.
Yeah.
But when you're positive and you're expanding and growing and networking, those are the same people that you're going to meet. For example, this fine gentleman right here, you know what I'm saying? So I've met him maybe 2 weeks ago, but man, I feel like I've known him for years now. But yo, Steven, you know, tell me, where are you from? You know, a little bit of your background. Who were you before? How was your childhood?
Yeah. No problem. Look, I was born and raised in Houston, so I lived my whole life here.
Houstonians,
you know?
fuck.
Yeah, super Houstonians. I really would like to talk about my childhood first
Sure.
and foremost, right? You know, like I grew up, you know, not the like I would say the poorest person, but also not the like middle class person. I was kind of like the kid in between.
Okay.
Between in a way, you know, I had two hardworking parents, right? My dad was like a pretty big alcoholic, so I would have to worry about alcoholic issues.
Oh, wow.
And mother-wise, she was a hardworking mother. You know, she pushed herself, you know, through a lot of things that that's just, you know, I keep that one in secret, but, you know, she pushed through a lot of things,
Sure.
I would say. Childhood-wise, you know, I grew up pretty good, I would say. I grew up pretty good with a lot of knowledge about hard work and dedication. You know,
Oh, wow.
I think I got that from both of my parents, you know, and from the generations before them. You know, they would always teach me, you know, always work hard, always, you know, if you have something you want to strive for, work your ass off. That's all you need to do.
I like that, man.
Right? It's always something that I stuck to my mind. But now, you know, growing up, you know, not all the time you can always work hard.
Sure.
You know, sometimes you may work hard, but then you get exhausted, or you may work hard and feel like you're just not there for the day, you know, or you work hard and you just kind of like you're stressed out, like, okay, like I'm not feeling it or anything like that. But yeah,
everybody goes through that, right?
Yeah.
It's not just you. Because what you just said, bro, I was like, yo, why is he talking to me about this? Like, why am I relating to him about this right now? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, it's it's an issue that goes with everybody. I think everybody has that, you know, that like, okay, like they always get stuck in somewhere, right? And you know, for you it was a certain different issue. Of course, you know, we spoke on it, you know, like a couple of days ago. And with me, you know, I think what I got stuck most was like my slobness, I would say.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm a little bit of a sloppy type of person, but also like I'm a person that likes to do things that I just know I'm good at.
Right.
Never something that like, okay, I don't want to like dip my toes into something bad or anything like that. High school, I was a little bit crazier, I would say. I was more of a, I would say the bad student, not academically. Academically, I was always smart.
Okay.
But bad wise, I was like never in class.
Just mischievous.
Yeah, I was I was a little rebel, but because like I don't know, I think it was always in my mindset. It was always in my mindset that like, you know, I don't like to be controlled.
Right.
That's something that I've always had as issue as a kid.
Yeah.
Never like to be controlled. Like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna make sure I do something because I have to do it, and I know it's something. It comes with a good reward, or it has to be something that like I know deep down in my instinct is gonna be something I have to do.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And you know, it's. I'm glad that you mentioned that, man, because no one in alive today likes being told what to do.
Oh yeah.
No one, bro, including myself. Even your young kids don't like being told what to do. You know.
Yeah.
So, in what I'm noticing now from just your story, dude, like coming up from, you know, having both parents, and what I heard is that just like everybody, right? Parents are not perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
They come as immigrant people to America to want a better life for us, their children, right? And for example, my parents, same thing, man. You know, my dad was having alcoholic problems as well, and I wish that I could say that didn't happen, but that did happen. And maybe I can relate with you a little bit, but I don't know exactly what you went through, right? And that having an alcoholic parent, in mom or dad, really does affect the child's mind in the long run.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like your mom balanced that with your dad, right? And helped you be around a good environment that taught you, hey, man, if you really want to do something, work hard for it.
Yeah.
That's a great environment to have, bro, because you got pushed and encouraged.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would say that. I would say that, of course. Like I think my mom was one of my biggest motivators of all time. I think she's
Even
the reason.
till today, you think?
Yeah, I think she's one of the reasons why I'm like mentally strong, like physically strong. Like I'm just like in a whole nother level.
Yo,
whole nother level.
Steven's mom, if you're watching this, shout out to you.
Yeah, mom. Hopefully, if you see this a couple years from now, hopefully you understand now why.
Oh yeah.
Why? But yeah, no, I think it was her. You know, with my dad. You know, my dad, me and him, we don't have the best relationship. Now we do. Okay. Now we do because I say now. You know, like, you know, I pray to God. I make sure you know everybody's okay.
Right.
Right. But you know, like you don't know when your life might end.
Exactly.
So that's why now, like me and my dad have a better relationship, and I understand what's his reasons why.
Right.
Now, but that's like now, right? Back then, it was just more like, you know, I look at him and I was like, okay, I don't want to end up like him.
Yeah.
At all.
As a child, right? Because that's all you saw.
When I saw that, I was like, I knew I had to do something different, and that's where I found the passion with just doing sports.
Oh,
sports, right?
So going back to high school, that's when you found the passion? Was it sports or was it before high school?
I think it was before high school. I just think the passion went even further and above when I got to high school.
Oh, wow.
So it was more, I stuck to soccer because, of course, my dad taught me, like, these great soccer players. Like, his two favorite idols that I've always had to watch all the time was Diego Maradona, which legend, R.I.P. to him. You know, he passed away like 2 years ago.
Dang, R.I.P.
And then El Mágico Gonzalez, which is like a famous soccer player from El Salvador. That was his two biggest idols, but he would make me watch him and watch him and watch him and watch. And to this day, I still actually watch him.
Right.
Still watch him just to get that like, okay, you know, their style, they're similar to me, you know, they're about the same height.
Work ethic. Yeah.
How they like grew up in like in a pretty bad environment, but they wanted more for themselves.
Sweet, man. Hey, if you're watching this and you like soccer just like my boy here, comment below who your favorite soccer players are, or who inspired you, or who is inspiring you now to still continue to practice and play soccer or watch soccer. I think that's a really good topic to talk about in the comments.
Oh,
man.
yeah. I want to see who's favorite soccer player.
For real, you know what I'm saying?
We might have a debate after that. I might comment and have a debate, depending on what soccer player you have. If you have a pretty good soccer player, okay, all respects, I'll like it. But if you have a certain soccer player, I'm gonna say,
oh man, we're just gonna have to find out why, right?
Yeah. But yeah, no.
So high school, right? High school. So did you play soccer from freshman year to senior year, or how did that go down?
So I started as a kid first, right? Kid, I think all the way to the end of high school.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after middle school, like it was high school time. That 1 year, I took a transition off. Like I didn't want to work out, do anything. Just kind of more like, take a little gap year,
Right.
just to kind of figure out what I want to do. This is where I go back to my behavior wise, because I had a ROTC. Those guys did not like me. I swear to God, they did not like me. They were
bunch of haters, man. RTC, man.
They didn't like me. They didn't like me. They knew I was a rebel since I walked in. They still, to this day, they know I'm still a rebel. Like,
Yeah.
I see them every once in a while, like, past the little taco stand that I like to go to every once in a while. And they'll see me and they're like, Mr. Martinez, like, I remember when you were young. Now,
Yeah.
How you doing nowadays? But but when it came to, like, we would have, like, a PT test, like a physical train test. I would surpass everybody.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't even the biggest, the strongest, I was the fastest kid. I'll say that, just the fastest, and I had the more stamina. But besides that, everything else, I just pushed everybody. Like, if somebody surpassed me, I would tell the drill sergeant or whatever he was. I would tell him, "Hey, can I redo it again?"
Right.
And I'll make sure I did like 3 more extra, 4 more extra. So if it would have been like 30 push-ups, somebody did 31, I would try to make sure and do 34.
Right. So you're very competitive, huh?
Yeah.
It's good to have, though. Like, competitiveness, man, is a good thing to have, because I feel like our generation is not so competitive anymore.
Oh, no.
Like, it's like I was listening to this guy not too long ago about how in sports nowadays everybody gets a trophy. No one's a winner, no one's a loser anymore.
Yeah.
Right? But back then, it's like, hey, if you lose, you suck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you lose back then, it gives you incentive. Hey, man, look, I lost because of this. I'm gonna come out better and stronger.
Oh yeah, man.
You
Like,
know, so that competitiveness is pretty much gone nowadays. So you having that, you can use that into anything you're doing now.
Oh yeah, especially till now. Like, even now, like, I have more moments where I'm like, if I mess up, I know why. I know how to try to fix it, and I'll try to drill it as many times as I can to make sure it's like perfect, crisp.
And it's not just about sports, though, right? It's about everything else in your life.
In life too. Yeah. If I make a fool out of myself, like, just in general, like, let's say, for example, oh, I can't drift a car, right? Like, okay, I'll make sure I learn how to drift it, and after that, I'll make sure I practice till I get it right, to the point where, like, okay, if we start drifting, now I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, I could drift now, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, nah. It took me a while, but I got there. Right. I got there.
I like that, man.
And it's in everything. I think it's just in everything. I think everybody, for sure, it needs to be competitive. We're men, we're made to be competitive.
Right.
If you're sitting at home and not doing anything, you don't know what that competition's like, man. Like, everything. I think everything in life, it's competitiveness. You got to make sure you're the best at everything, because then that's what's going to teach you how to be successful later on in the life.
What I'm hearing is, because that conversation can go so many ways, being the best, right?
Yeah.
It's like, for example, right, like, who are the best people right now? Like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, the best of the top 5%, right?
Oh, yeah.
So in the world that we live in today, there's about 8 billion people, right, in the world, right? In America, there's about 350 million or something like that. So sometimes, bro, when I think about being the best, right? Like being the best at the gym, being the best in my field, in finance, being the best in social media, podcasting, all these things. It kind of like deters me from like, oh man, there's so many good people out there, right? Because like, example in the gym, right? You're big, and then you see somebody bigger than you, and then you see somebody bigger than that person, and then bigger than that person. There's always somebody better, right?
Yeah.
So when you say when you say being the best, or when I say being the best, for me it means being the best version of myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm the only competition.
Yeah, and that's truthful for everybody. I mean, everybody has that level of competitiveness. Like, I think you always want to be the best version of yourself.
Oh yeah.
That's always. It's always. Now, if like you're trying to compete against others, it's just kind of like more you got to make sure you got to be a student. You know, that's what I like.
How is he being the best right now?
Yeah, how is he, right? Like, you got to ask yourself why.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the podcast right now, right? Like your podcast. If, let's say, who's a great podcaster right now?
Man, a lot, bro.
Like, okay, let's say
Joe Rogan.
Okay, let's say Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Let's put Joe Rogan in that situation. You would ask, why? Why is he the best? Why do people listen to him?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that he's this, and that? And you start figuring those little things out. You start putting it into your content, saying, okay, why? You put it in there.
Is it working? Right.
Like, then that's how you understand, okay, why. And it's just in everything in life, I think, like, why. And little things like why, it's what makes you kind of understand and process, like, okay, why do I do this? Why do I do that? You know, becoming that student and understanding, okay, if you know your whys, and that's where you start understanding how to push yourself to be better.
Wow. So that's your core.
Yeah.
It's your whys, right?
Yeah.
But you have to know your whys.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like so many people don't even ask that question.
They
why?
don't. They
Why
don't.
am I here? What's my purpose? Why am I doing what I'm doing?
And it's not. I mean, like, I always ask myself why.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I wake up in the morning, like, you know, wake up today, like 4:30 in the morning. I ask myself, why do I want to wake up early?
Right.
I want to wake up early because I want to outwork everybody.
Right.
I want to make sure my performance is great. So whenever I go to a trial, I make sure, okay, I say that I gave it 110%, not I gave it 50%.
I like that, man. So speaking of today, right?
Okay, let's go. Yeah,
Speaking of waking up today and asking yourself why, who are you today, bro? Who is Steven today? What are you up to nowadays?
You know,
in 2023.
2023, Steven, is for sure. It's the comeback story.
Let's go.
Now, what do I mean by that? You know, if I had to go back and, let's say, minimize what happened to me back then, it was more, you know, I had so many dreams. I have my biggest dream, and this is my biggest goal, is to be successful. But I knew the way I was going to be successful was to be a professional soccer player.
Oh, wow.
Now,
and how did that come to fruition?
How did it come for me? It came for me because, like, I was always passionate about that sport. It always made me, you know, like, as soon as I step in the field and play, like, I forget what's going on out there.
Wow.
You know,
you get immersed in there, submerged.
I get in there, and it helps me because it's more of a competitiveness for me. It's more like, okay, it drives me like, okay, if that guy is better than me, I gotta perform better than that guy. If I want to be the greatest of all time, I gotta make sure I push and see what that one guy's doing to be the greatest of all time.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
And it's just a passionate. But like I said, when I was 19, I stopped that dream. Stopped that dream. So then, that's 19 to, let's say, 23 right now. I was trying to try out different things, trying to make sure, okay, I could be successful in different ways. Did so many things, and I never started it. But with soccer, it's always stayed incomplete. So
what do you mean you never started it? You tried different things, but you didn't start it. What do you mean?
I didn't start it. Like, I would say, like, let's say, like, you know, listen to it, understand it, do little things, and then after that, I would just be like, oh yeah, like, oh, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it this and that time. You know how, like, if you ask certain people, they'll tell you, you tell them, hey, when can you do this for me? Or they'll tell you, oh yeah, I could do it like on a Thursday, and then fucking Thursday comes in, they don't do it.
Yeah.
Then you
I've had that many times.
Right, like, you have those moments where the integrity is off.
Yeah.
Right, so it was me. It was my integrity. Like, I would say, yeah, I'm gonna start it. Never did it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Never started it.
Wow.
You know, and like, the only thing that
What do you think that was?
I personally think deep inside of my heart and my soul and my state of mind that it was God talking to me. You know, a lot of people say maybe it's you know, it's just you or whatever. I think, like, in general, like, whatever you believe in, whatever, your faith is already decided.
Right.
It's just, I think you have that instinct, that like knowledge of yourself that you know that's what you should be doing.
Right. That's why you say no to things, right?
That's why certain things doesn't happen for a reason. You know, or certain things get hard for a reason. I think when things get hard, that's how you know that's the one thing you should be doing. The things that you know it's just not hard, but it's more like you're not trying, that's the things that you
shouldn't be doing that. Like, it shouldn't be easy, bro.
Right?
Okay.
And
like
I think that was
analogy.
and I think that was me. I think that was me that, you know, I understood that. Once I understood that, I went back into soccer, you know, watched the World Cup and everything, lit that fire in my belly.
This was 2022, right? Last year, right? The World Cup last year.
Yeah. It lit a fire in my belly where it was like, I remember I started my soccer dream, but I never completed it. You know, played for the youth academies, this and that. I was like, you know what? How about this time? 110%. Let's go. Let's make this happen. 2023. Let's make this happen. Professional soccer player. And that's who I think I'm going to be 2023.
Oh, that's who you are going to be, bro. Not think.
Yeah.
You're going to be that, bro.
I'm going to be professional soccer player 2023. And not the best yet, because that's still a process, a level that I have to get to.
Right.
It's just more getting into the doors and then start working.
Right.
Start working even harder than what I do now.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is in 2023, my boy Steven here is on a mission to be a pro soccer player. And this is the year.
Yeah. And
this is the freaking year. If you're watching this right now and you have dreams, this is the year for real. Right? Because, man, at the end of the day, bro, you know, I feel like messages from the universe or God or whoever you believe in comes to you in experiences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post Steven's information in the description below. If what you're seeing today and hearing is inspiring you to take advantage of Steven's skills, you know, in MMA, Muay Thai, boxing, if those are something that you've been thinking of learning this year in 2023, hit my guy up. If you're in Houston, he'll definitely take care of you. What about if people hit you up from different state, bro? Will you be able to do like an online training? Have you ever thought about that?
I could for sure do Zoom. I mean, I did it when the pandemic happened. When I used to work at my old job, you know, of course we did it pandemic wise. I would have to put in the thing, you know, teach them right there, you know, make sure 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you know.
Oh, that's dope.
You know,
technology is awesome.
Yeah, you know, for your information for anybody that's like wondering how much experience I have 5 years of experience already. So, you know, I've learned a little bit of everything. Make sure if you are gonna text me about it, make sure to link me up, or like, what is it that you want to learn? Like, you want to get better at just techniques, you want to get better just, you know, cardio wise, you know, you want to get better at certain different things. Like, just make sure at least that's like have that in mind. Make sure I have a structure for you.
Right.
Make sure.
And what's important about getting coaching? Okay, I know you can use YouTube and Google, right? Which is what I did when I first started boxing about 3 months ago. I told Steven this, man. My coach was YouTube University for boxing, bro. But I realized, hey, if I can find somebody that already has experience in the things that I'm trying to do and help me learn it a lot faster, why wouldn't I do that? Right? Time is of an essence, man. The thing is, when time is gone. You can't get more of it.
Yeah, I know.
But you can always make more money. You can always make more experiences. But when that time is gone, bro, is it out of here. So I realize that now when I meet people that can elevate me a lot faster, I'll ask them if they can help me. You know, and of course I'll compensate how it's supposed to be. But, you know, hit up Steven and you guys can talk about how you can get this training. What the prices are, and all that good stuff, man. And also, when I told him what I was doing, you know, it's very important to learn the basics of everything, the foundation of everything. Master the foundation, and then after that, do what you gotta do. But first, find somebody that can teach you the basics. That's in relationship, that's in money, investments, you know, health, fitness, everything. Learn the basics first, get your foundation right, and then elevate from there.
Oh yeah, I think that's everything for sure. For life, I think everything basic foundations.
Yeah, and sometimes it's boring as hell. But
It's
okay. You have to learn and you have to go through the basics.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it always happens. It's basics. It's gonna be the most boring part. But once you get used to it, man, I don't think nothing could stop you after that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Word. So now, you know, we got to know Steven, who he was before, who is now, what he got going on. Bro, can you share with me and the person watching this, like, what does the future look like for you, bro? Like, what are you excited for? You know, what you got going on? What's some moves you got for 2023 and beyond?
2023, the main goal, right, for goal for me is to make sure I go pro, right? Like it could be a Division 2 team, it could be a Division 1 team, just anything that gets me in the door. That's my main focus.
Wow.
Just that,
Oh, just real quick, if you're watching this and you have the connect to what he just said, and you can help him, my boy here, get into these divisions in soccer. Yo, like I said, his information is gonna be in the description. Hit him up, connect with him. I vouch for him. He is a top-notch worker. His work ethic is to par with everyone else, or even better. But if you're looking for somebody here in Houston or in Texas that you want to recruit into, what is it? The soccer second division?
Yeah, second division, third division, first division. I'll do any tryouts. I mean, I'm not afraid to go in there. Just
Come on.
Yeah, we just go in there and go see from there. Like that's what I'm doing right now. Just getting as many tryouts as I can. I got 3 tryouts coming up. One in February 18. Other one in like late February, I think the 20 something if I'm not mistaken, and I have one January 28th. So We'll see from there. We'll see how we go from there. But yeah, no, I think that's for me 2023, and then just be the best version of myself.
Nice.
From there. Now, future that's
on.
the main picture.
Share some dreams and vision with me, bro.
For me, I know what I see for myself because like I said, I think a lot of people have different experiences. I think I've seen it in my dreams before. I think God was speaking to me and told me like, this is who you're gonna become. But I've seen it within myself that, for sure, right now I'm starting off pretty low. So it's okay, get more experience, then go into MLS team, maybe 1 or 2 years, 2 to 3 years from there, go to England, play for some team in England. After those 3 years, go to Spain and hopefully play for Real Madrid, my favorite club, my dad's favorite club, my family's favorite club. Hopefully play over there. After that, play for PSG and retire there. If not, I'll come back to Houston or come back to a team here in the States and finish my career there, 36, hopefully. And then from there, I have a pretty successful life, endorsement deals, little side businesses, stuff like that, and making sure my family's well taken care of. I think that's the most important thing, taking care of your family. They're the ones that build you up. And it's not just like your blood relatives, but also like if you have
Loved
friends
ones.
that are close to family to you. I have like
ones.
3 people that I consider like my brothers, my brothers, and I'm gotta make sure I take care of them too.
For sure.
And that's what I see for my future for sure. And like I said, I have faith in God. The 3 things that I keep within me is self-belief, never giving up, and making sure I'm stay disciplined.
Right.
That's it.
Wow, I love that, bro. Those are some amazing dreams, man. I'm so happy that you were able to share that with us today. And man, I don't doubt it at all.
Yeah, no.
Everything you just said to me right now, I don't doubt it at all because I know you can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, man, what's important too, man, is when you're coming up on these things, right? I'm not a big fan of soccer in general, but I love seeing people's passion.
Oh yeah.
Because it speaks different, bro. No matter if I don't like the sport or whatever career, if I see passion, bro, I'm like, yo, this guy or this woman is on a mission.
Yeah, and then it's like, sometimes you may lose the passion. It's okay. I think personally for me, like, I had my moment where like, I was partying, I was having fun, this and that. I lost my passion for soccer, and that's why I stayed away for like a while.
Right.
And now that I finally, it got back to me, now that passion rose up again. It's like, I don't know if you ever seen like Naruto.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, you know how the chakra thing comes up? Yeah. My chakra was gone, and then it finally came
back up, man.
Now my ninetales are starting to come out.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Hey, man, also, I believe there's no, if you look it up online, right, or if you just look it up, there's no word for coincidence in the Latin language.
Oh, you know?
So I believe, bro, that everything happens for a reason.
I think
you being here today, you sharing your story with with us today,
Yeah.
is for a reason, you know. And this is just gonna solidify all the things that you want to do with your life, because now you just put it out in the universe.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It's manifesting itself now, bro. It's working in its own. Even though you don't feel it, it's working, bro. Even though you don't see it, it's working, right? And once you use your words and your spells to elevate yourself and to continue to grow, there's no stopping you, man. And you know, at the end of the day, bro, I know success is gonna come your way, but you also have to learn how to make that money work for you, brother.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because I know success is hundreds and millions of dollars gonna come your way, but how do you retain that once you get it, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be a soccer player for the rest of your life, right?
No.
It's a short span,
career,
maybe it's 15, 20 years, right? But what are you gonna do, and how are you gonna retain that income that you make, and how do you leave a legacy behind? That's the important of this channel, right? Is to learn how to build and leave a legacy behind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna be forever remembered, bro, but at least we're gonna set up our future family with a better deck of hands, bro, a better hand of cards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and at least the one thing they would say about me, future generations, me, you know, my grandkids, you know, they're gonna say, yeah,
you set them up.
Yeah, I set them up. I made
success,
sure. Made sure, you know, I didn't do it by ruining my hands, this and that. Maybe my feet because of soccer, but you know, besides that, I put it in my mind, you know, put my heart into it, and then you know, make sure I left that passion in there.
I love it. So I'm gonna start asking this question at every end of a podcast, bro, or every person I talk to about a heart to heart like this, right? Yeah. If you could go back, man, I know you're 23 right now. 18 years old was not too long ago.
Yeah.
But if you could go back with everything that you know right now, like this Steven, right, can go back to when Steven was 18 years old, what is one advice you would give 18-year-old Steven from everything that you know right now?
Just, you know, I would say just keep going. Keep going. You know, there's certain parts in your life where they were meant to be there. Because I don't regret whatever I did. I don't regret certain things that happened to my life. I don't, because at the end of the day, if you say to yourself, like, hey, if I would go back to this and that, you're basically still have that mindset where, like, oh, man, I wish, you know. But, no, just keep going. There's going to be something there.
Right.
It's going to seem difficult.
At times, right?
At times. Yeah. It's going to be weird at times. It's going to be like you lose friends, win friends. You know, you may lose yourself. You're going to lose others. You know, you just keep going. Keep going, because like I said, I think God put me in this path where I was meant to see the certain things I had to see. Yeah. Because now you ask an 18-year-old Steven, maybe if I would have started having success now, I would have made the same mistake that everybody else would do. At 18. At 18 and 19 when I started doing my certain mistakes, and I think that's what I think that's why God wanted me to, you know, peak first, the party and stuff like that. So whenever I get to success, it's all just drive, focus, tunnel vision. Yeah, my man. And I like that. Yeah, I think it was just keep going, because you can never go back in the past. Like you were talking about time, you can never go back. Even if you want to go back, I don't think I would change anything. Nice. Cool, bro. No, I asked that question, man, it's because, you know, there are young people watching, right? Yeah. So sometimes 18-year-olds, bro, they might hear this from their parents or the people that love them, but it never really hits them because it's somebody that they just love. Oh, he's just my dad. But if they hear it from somebody like you, it can affect them differently because they don't know you, but they now see who you become because of your experiences, and that can inspire somebody that's 18 right now. Yeah. 19, 20, 21, you know? Yeah, and of course, I think of course those 18, 19-year-olds, you know, that you guys are the main ones that are going to make the most mistakes. It happens. Yeah. It happens. It's bound to happen. It happens. You just keep going. You make sure you find out why you did certain things, and, you know, just don't regret them, and just keep moving forward. That's it. Just keep going. Yeah, just keep going. I love it. Yo, Steven, thank you for your time, brother. Problem, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching.
I appreciate you. There's gonna be information in the bottom below, but go out there, kill the freaking game because no one's gonna do it for you. Peace out.